Well guys, the long-awaited July Pokemon Presents has finally happened, and I gotta say, that was certainly a Pokemon Presents. I don't know if there was anything in there that really made me like jump out of my seat and go insane, but I will say that it was kind of in line with my expectations for what I was really hoping out of this Pokemon presentation, which I guess isn't a bad thing because it could have definitely been worse and it could have been below my expectations instead. But yeah, just going right into it, at the beginning, of course, we usually have like the mobile game announcements and kind of other like anime related things with like the Pokemon Concierge series on Netflix and stuff like that. I'm not really too big on that type of stuff, so I'm not really going to be talking about it in the video. I'm really more interested about the video game stuff, and so the first thing is of course Pokemon Champions. And this was a game that they kind of hinted at a little bit with the Pokemon Presents that happened on Pokemon Day, but we still didn't really get any like big information about it until now, where it looks like that this is actually now confirming what we all thought, in that this is very much a competitive battle focused type of game, and they really kind of showcased that with the little glimpse that we got to see. They're even showing like the percentages now for the enemy's HP, which I think is kind of crazy because it's really kind of showing you like if you're a big competitive player who's able to do like damage calcs and stuff in your head, you're going to be looking at that and seeing now like, okay, it's at 75% HP, you know, maybe I'll be able to hit it and get it down to this much. And so like they're really kind of leaning into like this being like the full-fledged competitive focused type of game, and I think that that's awesome. Especially with a lot of the stuff that they even showed with how even if you don't have Pokemon Home, you're basically going to be able to get Pokemon without having to do anything, like without having to catch Pokemon or anything. You can literally just get Pokemon in this game, basically like kind of like generating them into the game, which is kind of crazy too. And there's even just the ability to completely like modify the stats for a Pokemon by sliding the stats to how much you want them and stuff. And like this is the type of stuff with like Pokemon Showdown that people have been asking for in just an actual Pokemon game, and the fact that it's actually happening here officially is really still kind of surreal. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna make an entire video just going over all the stuff with Pokemon Champions, because really diving deep into it and kind of reading all the information, I think it's gonna be something really special, especially if you're like a competitive player. And so I feel like I'm gonna make a more dedicated video on that in the future, so you guys can definitely look forward to that. But of course, the big thing to talk about is, of course, Pokemon Legends Z-A, and so that was kind of the big thing that everybody was looking forward to with this Pokemon Presents. And yeah, we did get an update for Pokemon Legends Z-A as well, and yeah, we got to see a little bit more gameplay in terms of what you're going to be doing and stuff. And I think one of the things that they kind of really highlighted inside of this presentation is kind of the other like side activities that you're going to be able to do. So they did confirm that there's going to be side quests, and also the character that's going to be helping you with that, or like kind of in charge of all of that, is the character Emma, which was speculated when we saw the box art for the game. Is that character Emma who was on the cover? It is in fact Emma who was inside of like the Looker mission post-game quest from original Pokemon X and Y, so she's going to be here now as like a detective and helping you out with the side quests and stuff. So that's really cool, because I think in Pokemon Legends Arceus, the side quests were actually pretty well done, and if it's basically like that again inside of Pokemon Legends Z-A, I think that's going to be really good. They also showed some other stuff like character customization is going to be returning, and it actually looks like the outfits are going to be much better than the ones we had from like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, where everything was kind of like a school uniform or something like that. It seems like now you're going to be able to get really stylish and have all the different types of outfits that you had from like previous Pokemon games, so that's going to be cool. I'm definitely going to be checking that out and seeing like all the cool designs and things that I can make for my trainer. But besides that, they also just introduced some of the other characters that you're going to be meeting, like some of the friends that are going to be with you, and then also some type of like boss character. I think his name was Kurbao or something, and he seems like he's going to be the boss of like some organization called Rust Syndicate. Now, I don't know if this means that this is going to be like the antagonist or like a villain in the game, or if he's just going to be like a rival character that's going to be facing off against you multiple times as you're trying to climb up from rank Z to rank A. We also got a glimpse at what's basically going to be like the boss fight equivalent for this game, which I think is going to be these rogue mega Pokemon, which are essentially like mega Pokemon that have gone kind of crazy, and you have to battle them alongside some of the friends that you have too. And we can see here in a little bit of the gameplay that they showed, there's like a giant health bar for them. It's kind of like a raid battle, but you're going to be doing that with the friends that you have inside of the game. And I think this is going to be like the equivalent of kind of the boss fights that you had in Pokemon Legends Arceus with like the Cleaver and the Lilligant Sand and the Electrode and stuff like that. So I think you're going to have like multiple of these like rogue Mega Evolution Pokemon, and you're going to be trying to take them down. Or maybe these are just going to be like alpha Pokemon and they're just going to be really strong, and you could try to do that too. But I feel like considering that they want you to do this with the friends that you have in the game and stuff, I think this is going to be like the boss battle equivalent for Legends Z-A. But speaking of Mega Evolution, we did in fact get to see an all new one inside of this Pokemon Presents, and it turned out to be Mega Dragonite. Now, I've seen some mixed reactions about how people feel about the design. I think some people feel like it's too lazy or it doesn't really look that good, but personally to me, I don't really mind it that much. I feel like it could have been worse, and Dragonite has always kind of just been like the cutesy type of pseudo legendary, where the design for it has always just been kind of cute, and it's not really trying to be like super badass or like cool or something like Salamence or Garchomp or anything like that. So I think that this type of style, still keeping it all cutesy, makes a lot of sense. But I can't wait to see how powerful it's going to be in terms of like the stats and the ability and stuff, because that's the thing I'm really curious about, is like how powerful are you going to make this Pokemon, because it's already kind of insane just by itself. It has a really good stat pool, so to give another 100 stats into the Mega Evolution, I can't wait to see what they do. Now, I also did make a video a few days ago about all of the brand new leaked Mega Evolutions that are supposedly going to be inside of Pokemon Legends Z-A, and Dragonite was in fact one of the ones that I talked about inside of the video, and I kind of wish that they showed us a few more, because if all of those turned out to be the ones I talked about in the video, I think it would have basically confirmed that entire video right there. But still, I think having like 600 or so final evolutions to choose from, and still choosing Dragonite, which was one of the few that I talked about inside of my video, I think it's definitely still adding a lot more credibility to it. So if you are curious about potentially what all of the brand new Mega Evolutions could be inside of Legends Z-A, then you can definitely click or tap on that eye in the corner right now to go and watch that video. But I'll also have it in the outro of this video if you want to go and watch it after you're done watching this one. But yeah, overall this Pokemon Presents was pretty much kind of exactly what I expected. Nothing in there that was like a huge surprise that made me lose my mind or anything, but also nothing so terrible that it was like below my expectations either. It was pretty much exactly what I talked about and what we ended up getting. So yeah, I think because of that, I would just give it like the solid 7 out of 10. It's pretty much what I wanted. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well. I'm definitely gonna have some more videos talking about Pokemon, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Comment down below and let me know what you think about all of this. How do you feel about the Pokemon Presents? How do you feel about Pokemon Champions, Mega Dragonite, and all of that? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. But if you don't have anything to say about it, just comment your favorite emoji down below for some engagement. I would really appreciate it. Go follow me on Twitter at @Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.